Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Steam is running some fantastic game deals right now. No real sale running outside of like the Capcom midsummer sale. Like, we're just making sales out of everything these days, and I feel like Capcom's running like a sale every like 2 seconds of the day. But there's other good stuff. There's a Behemoth publisher sale, which goes hand in hand with their announcements recently as well. Got about 12 deals under the price of $5, so let's get right into it. And right off the top, I'll reiterate, Castle Crashers, this deal is disgustingly good. 90% off for $1.49. Also wanted to reiterate it on the basis that Castle Crashers just had some DLC announced. How about that? 12 years after the game dropped on Steam, it is getting some PC exclusive DLC as well, which is pretty cool. It's Castle Crashers Painter's Boss Paradise that is coming. Create new characters using the Steam Workshop and play as Paint Jr. Castle Crashers, well, let's just go over the DLC that's coming out. Castle Crashers Painter Boss Paradise, if the CCPBP, if you will, is coming soon to Steam as paid DLC, so that should be noted. You buy the game for $1.49, you're not getting this DLC, but it has Steam Workshop capabilities. Create your own night skins, choose your magic, and share with the world. New official character, play as Paint Jr., use your imagination, and create powerful art to vanquish your foes. New player and weapon artwork for all official playable characters with an option to toggle on or off, and play as anything you want in Castle Crashers, but keep in mind of Steam guidelines, please. So yes, don't try to get too crazy with that, but we'll see how that turns out. $1.49 for Castle Crashers is just a stupid good deal. I do say that I think this game is best if you play it cooperatively, but if you do want to play it solo, I still think, you know, you can have fun with it. It's just the co-op experience I had with Castle Crashers was fantastic and really takes me, it has some nostalgia embroiled in there. And I feel like it's a game that anybody can really jump in. Even if they're not super into video games, you can play Castle Crashers and have a good time with. But yeah, $1.49 on that. Next up, everybody's favorite publisher in Ubisoft has Child of Light, 70% off for $4.49. This deal is only available for another day. But charming RPG with a great presentation style, perfectly serviceable gameplay, nothing blowaway, but narratively and thematically, I think it works pretty well. For $4.49, pretty good deal here if you do want to check that out and support your favorite publisher in Ubisoft. Axiom Verge is $4.99. Really solid Metroidvania, and this game came out, I feel like, before the explosion of Metroidvanias and throwback titles that I feel like happened in the late 2010s more so, but I might be wrong about that. What I do know is Axiom Verge is a great throwback, and it's of an era that I don't have an affinity towards. That, like, Super Nintendo era really isn't where I got into gaming. I got into gaming with the PS1 and whatnot. But yeah, I still enjoyed it. Definitely might not be for everyone if you don't like the pixel graphics look and the throwback element to it, but if you do get into that, I think you'll quite enjoy Axiom Verge, especially at $4.99. And this game was done by just a single person, kind of remarkable in that regard as well. Next up, want to give a shout to Homefront, which is $1.99. Now, this certainly isn't a game for everyone, and you are getting this game for its single-player campaign. Back in the day, it had multiplayer. You're not playing Homefront multiplayer in the year 2024. That ain't happening. Those days are dead and buried. But Homefront is a game from a single-player campaign standpoint I did enjoy. Narratively, I thought it was pretty compelling, and it definitely tackled some more mature themes. It is very short. I remember that being prevailing wisdom back in 2011 or whatever when this game came out, and you're talking about now in 2024, you're only paying $1.99, so, you know, it's not like you're paying $60 like back in the day. $1.99 for Homefront I actually think is a pretty good deal, and I would definitely say if you want a quick campaign to go through, I don't think it's a horrible pickup, so I would give it a look. Next up, we got Dead Rising 2, $4.99. Obviously, quite a lot of attention around Dead Rising right now, as Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, I believe is what it's called, is coming out in September. Like, it's right around the corner. Dead Rising 2, I really did enjoy. If you like that action slaying, zombie slaying, I should say, you'll enjoy Dead Rising 2. You'll have a pretty good time with it. Over the top, absolute mayhem in Dead Rising 2 for $4.99, not a bad pickup there. Also a part of the Capcom Midsummer Sale, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, $4.79. Like to give this a shout for those of you that want to try out Dragon's Dogma, but you don't want to spend the, whatever it is, the $70, or even if it's on sale. I believe Steam had it for like $56. Like, this is going to be a little bit too much for a lot of people, so, you know, $4 and change for Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, I actually don't think it's too bad. It is quite dated at this point. but as an open world action RPG, I still think you can have some fun with it. I wasn't crazy about Dogma 2. One of my boys was just super into it, and really, it seemed like from my friend group, that was one of the more divisive games that I've seen, and you know, it's anecdotes, but most of my friends seem to lean on the side of they didn't get into Dragon's Dogma too much, outside of that one friend that was just super into it. And I feel like that's the general rhetoric you see online as well when people talk about Dogma in general. Some people really like it, other people not so much. So try it out for yourself. Some $5, not a bad pickup. Couple of Resident Evil titles, obviously, as a part of a Capcom sale, you gotta give those a mention. Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition is 75% off for $4.99. RE5 is really good. Obviously, the main point of contention with RE5 was the atrocious AI, because the game is centered around co-op play, but if you don't have somebody to play with, you have an AI partner in the game, essentially. And the AI isn't so great, and last time I played it, the AI still wasn't that great. But this is the Gold Edition, includes the Untold Stories DLC. RE5 at some point is going to be getting a remake. It probably won't be happening for quite a while, though, as it looks like, I believe it's Resident Evil Code Veronica and Resident Evil Zero that are the next Resident Evil titles getting a remake. Don't quote me on that. I know Code Veronica is definitely getting a remake. But so RE5 probably, you know, if I had to throw a dart at the wall, maybe 2028, to be perfectly honest, because you gotta remember, they're gonna do RE9, then they're gonna do, like, Code Veronica or Resident Evil Zero, and then you would think it would be time for, like, RE10, and then Resident Evil 5, the remake, if I, you know, planned that all out. That might be even later than 2028, that might be 2030, so, you know, if you want to play RE5, I would just go play the original at this point. And Resident Evil Revelations, I think, is criminally underrated, 75% off for $4.99. This was one of the key titles to be a system seller for the Nintendo 3DS, and then Capcom ported it to modern platforms, and I really enjoyed it. I thought from an atmosphere standpoint, really engrossing and narratively pretty good as well. For $4.99, it's pretty good. Just keep in mind, this is originally a 3DS game, so technically speaking, keep your expectations in line, but yeah, I think you'll have a pretty good time with it. $5, I think, is a great deal. Next up, Hitman Absolution, 90% off for $1.99. This is one of the very first games I played when I got into PC gaming, and I remember when I played it, like, visually, it kind of blew me away. It still looks quite good, but obviously it's 12 years old at this point, so it's not going to be like a technical masterclass by any stretch of the imagination, but remember thinking this was a really solid action stealth title, and for $1.99 seems like a good deal. Obviously, Hitman from a, you know, franchise standpoint, a lot of attention around, like, World of Assassination, but Absolution is one I would circle back and play. Blood Money obviously is seen by many as the best game in the series. Blood Money isn't a game that I played when it came out. So I can't, like, speak on it from the reference point of contextually how was that game when it dropped, but I enjoyed Blood Money as well, but Absolution was the one that I really enjoyed, because maybe it's an element of playing it right when it came out, but $1.99 I think is a good deal. Vanishing of Ethan Carter, 90% off for $1.99. I mean, great narrative-driven, more walking sim style game, incredible atmosphere to this game, and visually it's quite good. For $1.99, I think it's a good buy. Next up, we have The Last Campfire, 90% off for $1.49. This is actually done by Hello Games, who obviously have a lot of attention for No Man's Sky, just recently dropped a gargantuan update for that game, but they pivoted and did a smaller project a few years ago with The Last Campfire. When I say a smaller project, very much a smaller project, totally different than No Man's Sky, but at the same time, incredibly charming, got a cute vibe to it, however, also kind of thematically deep, like, tackles some more emotional themes, I feel, and just a great visual style. If you want something that's very much on the short side and more so focused on casual, relaxing gameplay, I think Last Campfire is going to be something you really enjoy. For $1.49, again, great pickup there. And then lastly, Frostpunk is $4.49. I'm not super into city builders, but I thought Frostpunk, again, from a standpoint of engrossing you emotionally, did a really good job, and I appreciated that standpoint of Frostpunk more so than the actual depth of its gameplay, which it does have a lot of, but I thought thematically it was great. Frostpunk 2, obviously in development, and it should be noted, the base game is $4.49. You can get the Game of the Year edition for $11.70. I wish the game had controller support. I know that should be blasphemy when talking about a city builder, but guys, I'm just a schmuck that's trying to play all his games with controllers these days, and you know, it's a little bit of a bummer with the City Skylines and the Frostpunks of the world. Gotta dig up the old keyboard and mouse setup for those. But what can you do? A lot of great deals available. Links to all of these in the description box below. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Vanishing. And yeah, check out the deals yourself, and there's always going to be good stuff. And yeah, these are obviously directly available on Steam. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.